Linda, my stepmom, thought she could erase me, and my mom, by burning every memory I had of her. But what Linda didn't know was that I was ready to burn her perfect mask in front of the entire family. My name's Jamie, and this is the story of how I turned ashes into sweet, calculated revenge. If you've ever felt powerless, or if someone has tried to strip away the very things that made you you, then you'll understand why this story matters. So hit subscribe, drop a like, and stick with me, because this isn't just about revenge. It's about reclaiming the truth. My mom passed away when I was 10. She wasn't just a parent, she was my best friend, my anchor, my everything. Before she died, she left me a small wooden box filled with pieces of our life together, handwritten recipes still dusted with flour, Polaroids from camping trips, and the silver locket she wore every single day. To anyone else, it might have looked like clutter. But to me, that box was her heartbeat preserved in paper and metal. When I was 14, my dad remarried. That's when Linda entered the picture. She wasn't loud or violent, her cruelty was quieter, sharper. The kind that came wrapped in a smile and disguised as concern. That shirt makes you look lazy. Why can't you ever set the table right? Small remarks, constant cuts. I learned to keep my head down, survive in silence, and pour myself into school. By 18, I left for college, grateful for the distance. For years, I stayed quiet. Until last Christmas. I came home with one plan, to finally take that box of keepsakes and build a scrapbook that honored my mom's memory. Something beautiful. But when I asked Linda where the box was, she smiled, a slow, smug smile, and said words that shattered me. "Oh, that old junk?" I decluttered it. Burned it in the backyard. My heart didn't just drop. It broke. I ran outside, clawing through the frozen ashes with my bare hands, desperate to salvage anything. I found scraps, bits of her handwriting, charred edges of photographs. I picked them up, and they crumbled into dust between my fingers. My mom's laughter, her stories, her touch, all reduced to ashes because Linda thought my memories were taking up space. And my dad? He said nothing. Looked away. Spineless. Meanwhile, Linda had already started redecorating my old room, as if erasing me was just another home project. The truth is, Linda thrived on destruction. She didn't just burn memories, she burned reputations. To the rest of the family, she was the perfect wife, always smiling, baking, hosting reunions, giving syrupy toasts about family values. But behind the curtain, she was poison. She told my aunts I was ungrateful, that I never thanked her for supporting me through college, which was a blatant lie. She never gave me a single dime. She even spread rumors about my aunt's marriage, just to deflect from her own mess. I started digging. The more I looked, the more rot I found. Cousins whispered stories. My uncle admitted she'd borrowed thousands from him and never paid a cent back. A cousin sent me screenshots, Linda bragging about finally decluttering my junk. That wasn't junk. That was my mom. And then I found her record, a petty theft charge from her 20s. A part of her past she'd buried, while parading around like a flawless angel. That was the moment I decided, if Linda thought she could narrate my life, I was going to narrate hers. Every year, my dad's side of the family holds a massive reunion, 50 relatives, catered food, speeches. And every year, Linda makes herself the star with her long, sugary toasts about family unity. I knew that stage would be perfect. So I volunteered to make the family slideshow. Everyone loved the idea, especially Linda, who assumed it would glorify her. And in a way, it would, just not the way she imagined. For weeks, I worked on it. The opening was warm, smiling kids, weddings, holidays. Harmless, disarming. Then, tucked in between the smiles, I slid in the knives. Screenshots of her messages. Proof of the unpaid loans. And then, the image that would break her mask completely, a photo of my mom's charred locket, captioned, "Cleaning out the past, one memory at a time." The final slide? Her mugshot. I timed it perfectly, her polished smile dissolving into the cold, black and white truth. 10 minutes of quiet demolition. 10 minutes of justice. I tested it in my room. My hands shook, my chest pounded, but the more I watched, the calmer I felt. This wasn't cruelty. It was truth. The reunion arrived. The house buzzed with chatter, clinking plates, kids running underfoot. Linda was glowing, soaking in attention, even planting a kiss on my dad's cheek for show. My palms were sweaty as I stood near the projector. "All right, everyone," I called, forcing steadiness into my voice. A little surprise slideshow, celebrating family. Cheers, laughter, claps. Linda leaned in, squeezed my arm, and whispered, finally doing something useful. That was the last straw. I pressed play. At first, the room filled with awe and laughter. Linda beamed. Then came the silence. Gasps at the texts. Murmurs at the loan receipts. My aunt sobbed when the locket slide appeared. "That's my sister's locket," she cried, her voice breaking. The room grew heavy. And then, the mugshot. Silence so deep you could feel it pressing on your chest. Linda's face drained. She stumbled forward, trying to stop the projector, but my cousin blocked her. My uncle stood, furious, demanding his money. My aunt wept openly, rage and grief tangled in her voice. And for the first time ever, my dad didn't protect her. His voice trembled, but it carried through the room. "Jamie, I'm sorry. I should have stopped this years ago." Linda stammered, red-faced, but the family was done. One by one, they turned on her. Conversations erupted, relatives walked out, and her perfect mask shattered in the span of 10 minutes. And here's the part that made my revenge even sweeter. Back in high school, I had digitized every single one of my mom's keepsakes for a history project. Every photo, every recipe, every letter. Linda thought she had destroyed my past, but all she really did was destroy her own future. That night, after the chaos, I pulled out a hard drive and shared the archive with my family. We gathered around, laughing, crying, and remembering my mom. It wasn't about Linda anymore, it was about us, and about her. Today, Linda isn't in the group chat. My dad, he's finally talking divorce. And me? I don't feel powerless anymore. Because revenge wasn't just about tearing her down, it was about building my mom's memory back up, stronger than ever. So, what do you think? Did Linda get what she deserved? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you've ever fought to take your power back, share your story. Subscribe for more tales where justice isn't just served, it's unforgettable.